Soft, didn't even fight back. That's what made me mad. You cheated with this lame since 2022. You cheated with numerous others before that. You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. So on another day, I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them.
For years, in fact, Remy Ma and Papoose were the epitome of hip-hop royalty and black love aspirations. He restrained her as when she returned home, it appeared as though their devotion was unshakable. Like a mixtape consisting of only love songs. But now that fairy tale is on fire. She had made a 6-year bid as if he was attempting to gain a halo.
We have been texting back and forth and stuff like that. But he's really he's not hard to read, but he's very like private throughout the text. And so he like, I just want to talk to you in person. So when we talked in person, that's when I was like, dang, I kind of like this dude. And he just was like so kind, so nice. And I think we had a conversation before, like, be like bad boys, the good boys. I like the good guy. Don't be all that nonchalant, you the prize. Get the hell away.
The internet is ablaze because Papoose dropped straight-up receipts and filed for divorce. Now we're talking court. Screenshots of documents in full-blown expose mode, and here's the crazy part. He's not only accusing Remy of going out with a man, he's also claiming that she was having an affair in their home while their daughter was in the next room. As if things couldn't get any stranger, he threw another bomb. According to Papoose, he ghost-wrote 90% of Rhee's songs. Yes, if Remy Ma, the Bronx combat queen, is genuine, we're not only dealing with treachery. She spits fire like she was born with a microphone.
Like Jordan, that movie Sin is it. When the love is genuine, you can tell it's a different feel. Babyface was right on that song. She got that whipping feel.
Whoa!
Stole her heart like a ball player. I be getting steals and I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. This ain't that fake vibe that you used to. Real. I'm so allergic to fake people. I need some Benadryl. If we were slaves, y'all would be house.
Remy wasn't going to remain silent as we saw an entire legacy fall apart. So she clapped back hard on Instagram Live saying, Papoose ain't no saint. She called him selfish and more into his image than their child, even claiming that he had pawned her jewelry. She also alleged that he hadn't touched their bed in 3 years, claiming that she had been prepared to jump and he was simply dragging it out.
Listen. I know what people care about. That man, he cares about what y'all think. I don't care about what y'all think. Like, unfortunately, not trying to be funny. I appreciate my fans and people that are actually my fans and that love me. You understand? But I don't care what people think. Can't nobody with a revolving door on a coochie tell me I'm for the streets. I've been with the same man. I was with the same man for almost 20 years. Can't nobody tell me I'm for the street and make me feel some type of way?
The whole world is now engrossed in witnessing the collapse of what was once the greatest strong hip-hop romance. But this drama isn't just about who said what. It's also about what came before it. Spoiler alert, it begins with a young, unbeaten, no-nonsense female boxer who decided to spill everything on the game's biggest radio show. That's what really caused Remy to go into mommy mode. Clarissa Shields, an Olympic gold medalist and professional fighter, arrived at thebreakfastclub.com cool and obviously prepared for whatever it was that she was going to do. She didn't even need to reveal Rhee's name. The timeline told the entire story in a straightforward manner when she said, "We fell asleep on the phone every night for 4 months straight and talked from sunup to sundown." Let's go back to the beginning quickly. According to Clarissa, she and Pat began talking in early 2023. And no, she didn't just know him as Remy Ma's husband. She thought he was a kind, respectful man who took her out to dinner in New York, texted her every night, and even discussed starting a family. She said she was 30 and ready to settle down, and Pap claimed the marriage was over, but it wasn't officially yet. Clarissa believed him because Pap was acting like a man who meant it consistently, being honest and showing up. That I'm not married, so I'm not the one who has to deal with that mess. But here's the real twist. Clarissa wasn't lurking around or acting like a side chick, but she was there, posting soft launch selfies and telling everyone that she's been seeing Pap since August. The way she said it was calm, unbothered, and solid. Like a woman who doesn't have anything to hide. And that's what lit the fire under Remy. When Clarissa's interview went live, the streets began to buzz, with people claiming that Remy messed up a good one, calling her the upgrade, and implying that perhaps Remy was jealous or simply washed out. Of course, Remy heard everything, and within hours, she went live on Instagram, calling Pap a liar and a manipulator, accusing him of letting his new fling play house in her house, which she paid for, and dragging the entire Black Love brand, saying it was never hers. It was his hustle.
Oh, you fumbled it. It's so funny. Watch people like, you had a good husband. You only had one wife. The only person that can tell y'all if he's a good husband or not. And when he was, I told y'all. When she was cool, she was right. When it was what I thought it was, I kept it a beat.
Even while Clarissa remained silent, her presence revealed that Remy wasn't the only one losing. When Remy went live again, she emptied the entire closet and revealed that they hadn't shared a bed since May 2022. She said she tried to keep quiet for the sake of their daughter, but once the piece ended, it was game on, no more playing nice. That's when the gloves officially came off, and she accused Pap of using their marriage as a brand move, chasing clout off Black Love while refusing to sign the divorce papers. This was Remy losing control of the story, and in the world of hip-hop, where
You got my daughter's mom out here looking crazy because you refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole Black Love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this, you ain't got this, you ain't doing this, you ain't that. Whoever gets you, they'll see. They'll see. I see one of these. She's like, she said there was others. Who are they? I want to know.
Remy claims that she had a lawyer last year and that the paperwork was completed, but Pap continued dragging it out for no apparent reason. He didn't have legal counsel, and Remy wasn't hesitant to admit it. She stated that he couldn't afford one and made it obvious that she wasn't requesting money. No spousal support or child support. No automobiles. What would you do if someone ran off with your Cartier and you had proof it was yours? She clapped back forcefully when people started making fun of her for going to the police because she claimed she had no jewelry other than the ones he allegedly pawned. Remy didn't stop there either. She called Clarissa a downgrade, shaded her without even using her name, and made accusations that she was essentially homeless before Pap picked her up, accusing him of allowing that girl to talk freely and irrationally. Online, Remy claimed that Pap was misrepresenting her as the resentful antagonist when, in fact, she had moved on and had even offered to pay his lawyer in order to end the divorce and move on. However, the part that really got to her was when she revealed everything she had done behind the scenes to care for his other children, even when he wasn't sure they were his. She paid bills, sent gifts from prison, and supported the family. While raising their daughter, the pain was deep. It wasn't just rage, it was grief. She was lamenting the image they had created, the one they sold to the world only to be trapped in it. Just when people thought things couldn't get any hotter, Pap returned with a cold, quiet rage. He jumped on Instagram Live, looking like a deep man finished holding back, and his first words were, "She brought up my daughter, so now I'm speaking." The true stunner came after Pap claimed Remy had denied him access to their child for months, and that she was manipulating custody to make him appear to be an absent father.
The person that I married in 2008 That's not who this is now. Now he's a wife. Listen, this is what I would like. Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll pay for it. If somebody over there that loves you wants to pay for it, great. That will make me happy. Everything is signed and ready to go. I don't want nothing. I'm not even asking for child support.
He said he walked in and caught Remy in bed with...
He said that when their daughter was home, he entered and saw Remy having sex with another lady. According to Pap, this whole situation wasn't even about Remy being into women. He claimed he wasn't passing judgment on that part, but what he couldn't handle was the lies. That same woman, a former inmate friend, used to stay over at their house. When he arrived late one night, the woman ran away, and Remy told him he was misinterpreting what he saw. He said, "Don't criticize others for their lifestyle and then turn around and hide yours." Then he headed straight for the Crown, and sure enough, he did. He claimed 90% of rise bars, punchlines, flows, and overall vibe came directly from his pen. He claimed that he never asked for credit because that was his wife, and he wanted her to be the star. But now that she's out there making fun of his money, he's taking the pen back and displaying receipts. Pap revealed draft emails with lyrics, claiming that he created her entire post-prison comeback story from the ground up, and even claimed that he gave up pieces of his own love and hip-hop money to help her shine. But it didn't stop there. He revealed another bombshell. "She cheated on me with Easy, the block captain." He said, and they even went to therapy after Remy told the therapist that it was over, only to turn around and go back to him. Yes, Remy later confirmed that, but Pap claimed that. And then he delivered the most devastating blow, saying that she wasn't only done with him, but also with males in general. The true betrayal, he argued, was allowing everything to happen in their house with their child around.
First of all, it's not about loving somebody, hating somebody, giving somebody, "Oh, niggas got clout because of you." Listen, I know what I needed to do. There was no way. It's my house because I paid for it. All 1.3 million, whatever it was, I paid in cash with my name on it only. So yes, you understand? And if you're the one, I take care of the kid, I take care of it, so I stay here. You go, you move over here. You moved on, great.
Pap said that if she truly cared for her, it was emotional harm rather than just adultery. This is where the fan base split wide open. Some claimed that Pap was just a hurt man speaking the truth, while others claimed that he was using derogatory terms like bipolar and gay to weaponize pain and humiliate her. In any case, love was long gone, and the world learned of Pap's final divorce filing through a simple Instagram story. Hip-hop's most heartbreaking split had to be announced like a Sunday brunch reservation. So Pap posted a screenshot of his court filing like it was a mic, a clean $325 receipt from the New Jersey Superior Court. Along with this smug little caption, "If it was that easy, why hasn't she done it?" Then he hit it with the hashtag number sign, pump faking, shots fired. But he continued with an explanation that the only reason he hadn't filed earlier was for their daughter's sake, saying that she must go to school while her parents act like adults. According to Pap, his goal was always to handle this quietly, peacefully, and respectfully. But then he added one last nuke action, saying, "He just called me yesterday trying to get back with me, and I said no." Woo! That one had people spinning because at this point, who's really telling the truth?
Sit in front of you, she will post that live, and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you and 10 minutes later say, "I never said that." Everybody, and I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. With this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it. Now, this individual is a female, so I can't do nothing.
There were two camps on the internet. Pap claimed that after holding back for the benefit of his child, he eventually snapped when Remy dragged his name through the mud. Remy retaliated, claiming that Pap had only filed because she had finally stopped playing and he had noticed her acting rudely, possibly hurting his feelings as he watched her move on. Clarissa wasn't keeping quiet either, and as soon as the filing surfaced online, she immediately sent Remy a message asking him to sign those documents. Even though the court stamp was barely dry, Remy wasn't backing down. She immediately went back online with new text messages that showed Pap contacting her from Africa to discuss the weather and send videos of their daughter as if nothing had ever happened. And then she posted a direct message to Clarissa on Instagram stories. If you recently turned 30 and supposedly met a 47-year-old man 8 months ago, whom I've known since you were 10, who has 4 biological children and is now offering you a baby while ultimately consenting to a divorce, perhaps you should just put this out of your mind and stop talking. In the meantime, Papoose went live and made some outrageous accusations claiming that Remy was having lesbian threesomes with their daughter nearby, and calling him a ghostwriter in an attempt to destroy him. Remy clarified that this isn't just a breakup. Rather, it's a whole soap opera in real time. Even though Remy and Pap weren't just lovers, they were a brand. So imagine what a 6-year-old girl who never asked for any of it is going through right now. The Black Love Blueprint, also known as the fairy tale, was praised and bought into every red carpet event. Her personal manager, who stood by her during a prison bid, wrote her letters, even got her a skeleton key, was there to support her and hype her up. However, now that all of that love is being weaponized, every sweet memory has been turned into ammunition. Thep claimed to have written her raps, claiming that she had been pretending to be someone else and preventing him from seeing their child. And Remy retaliated by claiming he couldn't even afford the divorce until she offered to pay for it. It's like watching a love song play backwards, and with each bar, it just gets darker and colder. That black love image, might as well toss it in the trash, because whether they truly loved each other or not, the truth is, they sold that love on stages, in interviews, on reality shows. They packaged it up and made it a product. Now the packaging is ripped open, and the public wants their refund. What we're left with is a woman claiming she held it down all alone, a man claiming she owes him everything, and a little girl caught in the wreckage while her parents' mess plays out in real time. It's time-stamped and shared like content. So here's the question. What happens when a relationship turns into a war zone? When two people stop building and start destroying publicly? When love turns into content and the lies get marketed like mixtapes now? I got to ask y'all, did Remy really cheat with a woman while her daughter was in the next room? Or is Pap spinning the story to hurt her image? If he really ghost wrote her hottest bars, should he have stayed silent? Or was he right to speak out? Now, and most importantly, was black love between them ever real? Or was it all just a brand from the jump? Please share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you want more in-depth analyses like this one. Have faith that the next narrative will be even crazier than this one, and I hope to see you there.